Heartbeat Alaska is brought to you in part by Brown's Electric Lighting Gallery. Thank you, Brown's Electric, for your generous support of Heartbeat Alaska. Heartbeat Alaska is made possible by Ukpeagvik Carlisle Transportation, your full-service transportation and logistics company.
Heartbeat Alaska is also brought to you by Frontier Flying Service. Thank you, Frontier, for getting Heartbeat Alaska airborne.
1, 2, 3, 4, let's go.
It's Heartbeat.
It's a fabulous show.
Alaska.
Hi, Heartbeat Alaska.
It's Heartbeat. Alaska.
Pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
You hear it from Sitka to Barrow. Gather around for Jeannie's show. It's the Aleut, the Indian, and the Eskimo. It's the Aleut, the Indian, and the Eskimo.
Welcome one, welcome all.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Heartbeat Alaska Native News, Native Information. I'm Jeannie Green. It's whaling season. Fall-time whaling is going on in the north. And today we head out onto the Arctic Ocean and find out exactly what goes on in a whaling camp. Barrow's Village Corporation, Ukpeagvik Inupiat Corporation, invited Jeannie Green Productions to Barrow. We went out on the ice and learned how the whaling tradition's values mirror those of the corporations. Ukpeagvik means the place to hunt snowy owls. It's from this name that the Ukpeagvik Inupiat Corporation draws its name. Created in 1971 by the Alaska Native Claims Settlement Act, the corporation is community-owned by over 2,000 Inupiat, adding deeper meaning to the word shareholder. Now one of Alaska's largest companies, Ukpeagvik Inupiat Corporation offers a wide range of products and services throughout the world. Ukpeagvik was renamed by Western explorers after British Admiral Sir John Barrow. It's easy to find Barrow on a map of Alaska. It's at the very northern tip of the state. In fact, Barrow is further north than any other community on the continent.
Should have enough room for everybody.
Bunna Edwardson is a tour guide for Alaskan Arctic Adventure Tours, owned and operated by Ukpeagvik Inupiat Corporation.
Is there plenty of room?
He gets to show people around the top of the world every day.
You guys ready to rock and roll? I love that traffic light. It's the best one in the world because it never changes color. It's green all year long. Well, one of the biggest misconceptions about Barrow and us Eskimo is that we live in igloos, but I tell them, every single person that lives up here lives in an igloo because it means house. Another misconception is that we rub noses. We never rub noses. That post office is brand spanking new. It's a couple of years old. No such thing as mailmen here. In the wintertime, we have 65 days where we don't see the sun. That gets to them right there. They can't imagine that. And I tell them that's what drives most people out in the wintertime. This place is not for everybody. But I tell them you can't have the sweet without the sour. You know, if you have 65 days of darkness, we have 86 days of sunlight, just like this. Just like this, 3 o'clock in the morning in the summertime, 86 days straight. I love that too. We are pretty isolated, but we're completely self-sufficient up here. Well, you can only get here by plane. Alaska Airlines is the only carrier in or out of here.
The Arctic is one of the harshest environments on the planet. There are no farms here, and no trees will grow this far north. Winter temperatures of 40 degrees below zero are common. For the Inupiat, the tundra and the sea are bountiful sources of food. This land is our home. For generations, the Inupiat have followed their culture and lived in concert with the animals on the land and in the ocean. Since time immemorial, they have worked together to ensure the survival of their way of life. Each year during the spring and fall, bowhead whales migrate past Barrow and the hunt begins. By now, you may be wondering, how do you catch a whale anyway?
Well, obviously we don't use 20-pound tests, that's for sure. What we do is we go out there to the edge of the ice. You can see the edge of the ice out there, and all of our 51 crews will set up their camps out there at the edge of the ice with their equipment, their tent, their boats, both an Ukpeagvik or skin boat and an aluminum boat with a motor. And they're set up in different locations, and since we have our Ukpeagviks, we cannot go chase after every whale that we see. We have to wait for a whale to give itself to us. So once the crew members are waiting by the boat and they see a whale come to us, they'll jump in the water, and we'll paddle out towards the whale, and we'll take it with our hand-thrown harpoon. We have to get within about 5 feet of the whale. And after the whale is taken, what we do is we tow the whale from the kill site to the campsite, and then we anchor a number of blocking tackles or pulleys onto the ice, and we pull the whale out of the water by hand.
Here you go, here you go.
Takes up to 150 people and up to 12 hours just to pull it out of the water. And once it's on top of the ice, we continue to butcher the whale. That takes up to another 12 hours right there. And every single person that goes out to help, you know, they don't have to, they don't get paid with money. They get paid with food. It's subsistence lifestyle.
How we set up is we're set up at the point. Right.
Max Ahgeak is the president of Ukpeagvik Inupiat Corporation. On most days, you can find him in UIC's headquarters here in Barrow. During whaling season, however, he may be a bit hard to get hold of.
And then we have to have our blind, where we wait. The guys sitting over there waiting for the whale to come up, and we're always stand guard and be ready to we got a few spotters here and there that are looking for whales to come up, and so we'll be ready to...
Max is also a member of the Sagana whaling crew. We caught up with him at the whaling camp about 8 miles outside of Barrow at the edge of the sea ice.
Well, when we see a whale come by, we always have our guy, one of our harpooners, and Billy's been our harpooner. He gets in the front of the boat and a gunner, and we kind of wait for the whale to come up, and when the whale's right there under the boat, we don't really do nothing. He just harpoons it and just shoots it. But if he's coming out, we get ready to shove out, and everybody just kind of gets around the boat and be ready to just shove out when the harpoon says, when they just motion like that, and we just shove out and take off. That's pretty much how we, and then we have our other gear back there in case the whale comes up past the boat. we've got those weapons back there that we run to and then harpoon it from the ice. Or those are running weapons. You know, when the harpoon whale comes up over here, over there, or over there, and stops over there, we just grab those, and then as soon as the whale breathes, that's when we start scrambling. Otherwise, when the whale's just sitting there, we just kind of wait until it breathes, and after it breathes, man, we can run like crazy right to it.
So why do they wait until the whale breathes?
When it breathes, you really can't hear nothing, because they're mostly just sitting there motionless at times, just listening and looking. And once they breathe, they can't really hear anything, so that's the time to run right to it. A lot of times they can get right on top of it and just throw their weapons right down. Okay, this is our skin boat, and the float's right here. The float for the harpoon, that's right there. It's got the harpoon in front of it, and it's got the lance and a trigger. That we have to throw the harpoon first to the whale, and then there's this whaling gun right here. That we use after the whale's been struck with a harpoon, and these are, I guess they're developed in the 1800s. No, we're still using them. They still do the purpose. Yeah, that's supposed to start grinding to the whale there. And this is our what we call our bomb box. We keep all our bombs in there. This one here is for the harpoon there, and that each harpoon got each bomb got a mark of the captain. This one got EI, that's captain's name, Edwardson. And this one here is for a shoulder gun bomb. You notice it's got these fins on it. Right now they're tight together so they won't get bent up when you're handling them. Then you take the string off and you put in the shell. That's the bomb for the shoulder gun.
The purpose of the bombs is to kill the whale as humanely as possible.
Yep. I mean, you aim for the vital parts. You try to shoot at the neck or the brain, or you go for the heart or the main organs of the whale. So try to do an instant kill. I mean, we prefer an instant kill. That way we save the meat and the muck duck, so it'll be easier and better eating for everybody. The whole purpose of catching the whale is feeding the whole town, and the more efficient you are, the better food that you serve the community. 7 days of waiting and 7 seconds of glory. That's pretty much what it is, because once you get on that whale, you forget all about time, all about whatever. Sometimes you don't even know what you did. You just go out there and do it. A lot of fun. A lot of fun, but dangerous. And we're pretty much stationed up, we always try to set up camp where a whale might be coming towards you. Right now we're at the point and where the current goes. So a lot of the whales try to go from point to point, and a lot of times when the little young ones or when they're feeding, when the whales are feeding, they go to these little what we call krankluk. What's the English name for it? Krankluk.
Base.
A little bay. Yeah, a little bay like that for when they're, well, a lot of times when the whales are coming in, they go into those little bays and go under the ice and go feed under the ice, and then they come back up in another bay, and then sometimes they come up right by the point. It's kind of float and swim along. And right now we've got there's a Ahgeak crew, there's a Ahgeak, and then there's Ukpeagvik and Ahgeak, and Nusangin is on that side, and where there's a few more down on that side. We're at the tip of this ridge right here, and there's more on the other toward the other point and the other bay there.
The various crews stay in contact by radio. Everyone on the ice works as a team to track whales.
VHF radios are our main source of communications down here. Like when our crew down further down the coast spot the whale, depending on where it's at, if it's in the water or close to shore, let us know it's coming, so we stand ready when it comes our way, so we won't get surprised. A lot of times, the harpooner gets in the front of the boat, depending on how far away the camp is and how big it is. They used to take about maybe 45 minutes to a half an hour. They stay under, so we kind of time it to see when it might be coming up, and when the time comes up, we start looking. Everybody's got a pair of binoculars, and so we kind of scout around, see where it's going to go, and stand ready. Yeah, we have to be quiet. Turn the radio down. Tell the guys in the tent to be quiet down, and whenever we can, we try to let the other camps know, let the snow machine. But the echo of the snow machine carries a lot, goes a long ways under the ice, and kind of spooks the whales out. So we're trying to. Everybody's got a pretty much the same belief that when the whales are running, they try to stay put. No machine, no snow machining, then pretty much stay close to the boat.
This is our walking stick. We use this point to check, see how thick the ice is. If it goes through the ice, it's not really safe to walk on. And we have a hook on this side. There's a hook on the one end of it, so if you fall through, you can use this to keep yourself from sinking. You use the hook to pull yourself out of the water. So that's one of the tools that we use when we're out walking on the ice, to make sure that we're walking on safe ice. We call it a walking stick.
Sometimes sitting at a whaling camp takes patience. You may wait for hours that turn into days. But when the crew strikes a whale, the word travels fast.
And what crew you got, B?
While at camp, word comes over the radio that the Patkotak crew has struck a whale. Soon the whale is the talk of the town, and folks are speeding out to the Patkotak's camp to help pull it in.
There was 3 boats out there in the general area, and Oliver Barrow crew and Don Numaset crew were chasing after this whale, and they were behind it. We sat there, we waited quietly. It was coming straight forward for us, and when it came up close by, we started oaring real slow, quietly.
Crawford Patkotak is the co-captain of the Patkotak crew. Like all the crews here, they use a traditional skin boat and oars to hunt the bowhead whale.
And just approached it right when we got to it. It noticed us and it started to dive, and that's when we struck it.
That first spot over there.
It was a pretty safe strike. We didn't get caught by the flukes or anything like that. It's just now cutting off where we harpooned it. It was about 2 feet behind the eye, and I think we got it just a little bit too far forward. If we were back about another foot, it would have been a kill shot, but it wounded it pretty bad to where it didn't take off very far. So it was a pretty good shot. And at the same time we harpooned it, we were out there oaring about 3 miles out with a skin boat, and we struck it with the harpoon and the gunner. Howard was the gunner, and it went about a mile, and we used about 5 bombs total to kill the whale. And went out about another mile further out, and everybody in Barrow will be able to eat plenty of muktak. We'll be getting ready for the blanket toss whale feast, probably at end of June, where we'll have Ahgeak prepared. And if there's before Nalukadok, everybody's welcome to come up to Barrow and have a taste of whale. They'll be cooked, fermented, muktak, and whatnot. So everybody's welcome, and that's what it's all about, to feed the community. No hungry stomachs. And thank God for that.
Hauling a 46-ton whale out of the ocean and onto the ice is no easy task. It's still done in the traditional way. The people of Barrow pull together to get the job done.
I'd just like to add that, first of all, I thank God that we were able to successfully land a whale. It's a privilege to be a part of it. It's a humbling experience. Thank God for that.
When the whale is on the ice, the traditional cheer of "hey, hey, hey" echoes across the ice.
Grab a few more, Dad. Hey, Christopher.
The first of the boiled mukta is passed out.
Right here. Oh, you want the fish? I grab one. Grab 2 more. One again. Okay, unalik. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And plenty more. I choose one. Nakaramig, nakiluadamig. I choose after me kapanin. Katiptinin. This is the fresh part that was just cut off from the whale to serve the people that are exhausted, probably a little bit hungry, that enrichment that they need right now, and they really want to enjoy. Amen, amen. And have a bite, enjoy.
These traditions form the foundation of Ukpeagvik Inupiat Corporation.
What you were trying to do nowadays is at UIC is trying to make within the companies that we've got to bring back to the community jobs and some kind of economic base and for our shareholders to have and to be able to sustain our community to supporting their cultural activities.
We understand the importance of helping communities to maximize their potential. At UIC, we understand the second nature of land to its peoples. We value economic opportunity as a means to maintaining healthy communities and the survival of native ways of life. Our history and our culture teach us that working together is vital to the success of any endeavor.
Hello, my name is Bill Itta. I'm a harpooner for Edward Itta's crew up here in Barrow. I'd like to say hello to Heartbeat Alaska, to all my friends, and especially to the people in Fort Yukon. Hello.
Thank you so much, Ukpeagvik Inupiat Corporation from Barrow, Alaska, for sharing your culture, sharing your news with the viewers of Heartbeat Alaska, viewers that stretch from the top of Canada to the tip of Florida. God bless all of you. Join me again next week when we travel to remote Alaska for more Heartbeat Alaska. See ya.